Hi, and welcome to another session on Digital CV, and I am Sanjay Vyas. Today we will talk about delegates and events in C Sharp. So let's say we have a class which defines a delegate. So what really happens? When we define a delegate like this, it generates a class internally, which is known as the delegate class. So delegate keyword generates a class. Now let's see what happens when we create an object of this class, not the delegate directly. So we have a piece of client code. Which is going to instantiate this object. So we have a statement here which says my class CLS object equal to new my class. This is my class which will hold the delegate object. So let's see the instantiation. We have created this object which contains a number of things inside. A variable, a function, a property, and an object of that delegate. So we have this variable, which is the member variable here. We have the method coming from this definition. We have a property, which is basically a set of functions pretending to be a variable. So we have the property, which is coming from definition here. And finally, we have an object of type delegate. The delegate here is a class. And when we create an object of type inform changes, we are actually creating an object from this class. So we have this delegate object here. What does it contain? Well, a delegate object primarily contains a list of function pointers. So as we can see here, inside a delegate, there is a linked list, and each list node can hold pointer to a function. So there are basically four things in a C# object: member variables, methods, properties, and delegate. Now let's look at the client side of this code and see what happens. After instantiating this object, which now has a delegate inside, we are asking that object to add our function into the delegate. So here is our function, my function, and we are saying add this function into the delegate. So a reference of this function is added inside this list in one of the nodes. We can go ahead, add more. So we take another function and we add this function also to the delegate. So now the delegate holds two nodes, one which points to my function and the second one which points to a function called another. Now we are all set. Next, we are going to set a property, and let's see the chain of events that happens. So when we set this property, a call will go from the client into the object here. So this is the property which would be set. As we can see that apart from changing the variable, we are also firing the delegate. So the moment set is called, the control arrives here, sets the variable to 6, and now it needs to do this. We are calling the delegate with a parameter. It's like saying invoke the functions with this value. So this on change goes to the delegate object, which already holds pointer to two functions, my function and another. So when we invoke this delegate, it first calls that function and then it fires another. Now you must be wondering, what is event? Nothing much. The only thing that event does is when added in front of the delegate, like this. For example, if we say public event inform changes rather than public inform changes, it can no longer be fired from outside. So without this on change, we would be able to fire that delegate from client class, but with the event, we can no longer fire this, and that would be an error. So eventually, all that the event does is stops a delegate from being fired from outside its own class. I hope you found this quick session on events and delegates useful. Keep watching for more digital CVs, and I'm Sanjay Vyas.